Have we all gotten the Excel data that I shared to the group? Has anyone downloaded it? Okay, that's that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, if you have the file, when you open it, this is what you see. Under normal condition, I'm already taking you to the work of data analysis. So right now, I'm feeling like I'm betraying the brotherhood, but no problem. Since I decided to teach you Excel. There's no way I'm going to teach Excel and then I'm not going to touch a bit of data analysis for you to understand how it works, how Excel works with business. We can't just continue teaching random things, grading of scores and data entry and so on and so forth without even having making you to see the commercial application of Excel, right? So um let's every one of us please mute our mics. Pelumi, please mute your mic. Thank you. So there's no way we can know the value of Excel if we don't demonstrate it with business. So this data now is a dummy data that represents sales of a particular store, right? When you order something online or you go to the store, maybe a mall, to do what? To buy some things, right? This is the typical kind of data that gets registered whenever you do that. So for all your order, if you have ordered something online before, so if you go to the mall, you may not see any of this information. All you have to do is pick your things and go to the counter, they scan it, give you your price, and you go away. But behind the scene, all these things, this kind of thing is registered on your behalf, at least one of it. So this thing you are seeing on the screen now, if you order something online, at least you have your order ID. Though, since you don't know what it is, there are some kind of information that people usually don't. It's not useful to them, right? All they want to see is that this is what I order, this is the product I order, and then the shipping dates that they were given that the thing is going to get delivered to them. Those are the two things that people usually get concerned with. But behind the scene, you have this order ID. They will always send it to you inside your order invoice. Yes, order invoice. Then the date that you ordered, the cost of that item, you will not see this, but it is already in the record. So the store actually bought it at a particular price. They bought it at this, and the price they are selling it to you, that is the unit price. Then the quantity that you ordered, the store where you went to order it. So this particular person now ordered it physically from the store. But yes, one, two, three, four. But all these ones ordered online from the same store, right? So promotion now is the way the kind of advert, the kind of marketing that got people aware of that particular product. Some people got it through maybe advertisement of new year, maybe Harmattan promotion, Easter advertisement or whatever. That's how they got aware of the products, and or others where when they realize that they need that product, right? Then this is the products per person that the person order. So each row now represents one order. Each row represents one order. This row number two represents what one person ordered. Row number three represents what another person ordered, and so on and so forth. So we have category and subcategory for those products. So in your order invoice, you may not see category and category as well, but your state, when you are inputting your delivery address, you will input your state, and this one, your state now will now determine which zone that you are in, either north, east, northwest, north central. We have 6 zones in Nigeria. So we also have southeast, southwest, and south south. So, and if you click on this drop down here, you will see one, two, three, four, five, six. So the FCT is categorized as separate. So they usually don't count FCT among zone or states. That's why you usually hear the 36 states, including FCT. So if FCT is counted, then it becomes 37 states. So same way, when we are talking about zone, FCT will always be figured out. So now this is a data what of a business. How many rows do we have here? 15,001. That 15,001 includes the header. So the actual data actually started from row 2, which means we have 15,000 orders in this data. Now, you as a business person, assuming you are the owner of this business, and then you are trying to get some information, you want to know what is going on from your business, and then you go to the and open the data and you see this. Tell me exactly what you can get from this. You can't get any meaningful information from this. You cannot. That is where the work of data analysis comes in. And mind you, some people, especially those that are already working, they are already doing data work and they don't even know it. Though there are different types of data work. As long as where you are working, you are using a system and you are inputting things. Maybe you are working in the hospital, you are the one at the front desk, and you are the one inputting the patient's information, their HMO, the kind of treatment, the doctor that is attending to them, the time they are supposed to come for their appointment, and all these things. You are already doing a data work. But what you are doing is data entry, because you are the one inputting those informations into the database. So it is now the work of a data analyst to go into that database and then see how all those informations are gathered in this way. Or you are working in a production in a factory. Now, in your own office, now you are the one recording the number of items that is being produced every day, the number of items that got sold in a particular day, the number of items that got rejected, number of items that got discounted, and the percentage of discount among all. So you are a data worker. They may just give it another name, right? So for every organization, there is a data worker, except that organization does not want to have record of what they are doing. Right. Now, what can we do now? What is the first thing we can do in with this data now? I want you to notice all these columns now and what they all mean. I have explained them to you initially. I started by order ID, order date, unit cost, unit price, quantity. So, is there anyone that doesn't understand the explanation of the column? Kindly unmute and I'll explain again. The columns according to the headers. Okay, you want me to go over it again. Okay, I said whenever whenever you buy something, whenever you are buying something, especially in this modern world, is either you go to a store to buy or you buy it online, right? So when you go to a store to buy, you may not see any of this that are being recorded on your behalf, right? All you can do is go inside the store, pick your items, then get it to the counter, they scan it, give you your price, you pay, they give you receipt, and you leave. Even the receipt, even if you want to stare at it, if you want to look at the receipt, all you have to look at is your price, the money that you are paying. That's what concerns you. And after you confirm it to compare it to what you just paid, and you see that they are the same thing, you just squeeze it and throw it off. All those ones do not concern you, right? But if you order online, your invoice will definitely show some, not all of these things. So it doesn't matter which one you see on your invoice, you still won't look at all of them. Basically, what you'll be looking for is the order that you bought to confirm that, okay, yes, it is the same thing that I ordered for. And then the date of your shipping, the date that they said they want to ship it to you, and then the address that you input. Okay, my address is correct, and so on and so forth. But some some more informations are on that invoice which you will not look at. Some of it is this order ID, order date. That one no concern you, na the shipping date you go dey find. Then the cost, now you will not see it because a seller will never tell you the truth of the amount they bought their item. But in your invoice, you will see the price. That's the price that they are selling to you now. Order quantity now is how many of that item you are buying. Channel is if you are buying in store or you are buying online. Catalog, online, reseller, maybe you are a retailer and store. Promotion now refers to the kind of channel that gets you aware of that product, or what is happening when you realize that you need that item. So we have different promotion here. The kind of marketing that got you aware of it, or maybe you were the one that just realized that, omo, this is the rainy season, I will need an umbrella, right? So this that's what promotion represents. This is Hamatan, I need cardigan. New Year, I need some new items in my house. So Christmas, I need some this, I need some that, and you start seeing advertisement online every now and then, and everywhere you go. So and so on and so forth. So this product name now is what is the item that people are buying exactly. You also see that. Then product subcategory and product category, you may or may not see them. In fact, most time you will not see them. And then your states will be written right. You'll be the one to input it now. And if you go to a store, if it is a store you go to buy, then at least the store is located in a particular state. And if it is online, exactly, you are ordering for from a particular state, it will be recorded. Then the zone. So your state, the state that you enter would determine which zone that you belong, right? So in invoice, you definitely see order ID, you see order date, you see unit price, you see quantity. Those are the ones that are very sure that you will see. You may not see channel. Promotion name you will not. Then you will see product name. You will not see category and subcategory. State will be there, zone will not be there. So that's it for the columns. And for the rows, this row represents each order. Each row represents each order, right? Which means in this table now we have 15,000. So when you come here, when you click on the column, column alphabet, then everything gets highlighted down. Then you will see the count of the rows here, 15,001, right? So, and that 15,001 represents, it includes the header, the column headers here. So the header are in the first row, which means actual data start from 2 to 15,001, which means we have total order of 15,000 here. Now, what is the use of this ID now? What's the use of this ID? ID, just like yes, as its name sounds, it's an identification. In every transaction, or in every, should I say, school, or every organization, yes, let me say it like that. There is always an ID. In your school, when you were in school, you have matric number. No two people can have the same matric number, but it is possible to have more than two people that have exactly the same name. And so, in the list of students with exactly the same name, the system will just see it as duplicates. And when there is an issue of duplicate, the system will just consider one of them and remove the others, because it will believe that it's a mistake. That is the use of identity, ID. In this case of school, it is matric number. But when you are working in an organization, you have identity number. Okay. So this now is the identity of each order, right? One person can order more than once, and that order will be in the same name. It will be on the same name, because it is you now. It will be on your address, your name, your everything. So without the ID, it will be as if everything is just repeated, whereas you made more than one order and the computer need to realize it. That's why those orders have to be assigned their own identity. That's the use of it. But most time when you get your receipt or your this thing, it doesn't concern you. It is only useful for us, we the analysts. So by the time our guy is asking us question, we will use it. It's very useful for us to, you know, do our thing. So having knowing that, so there is something I expect anyone to, you know, to notice when you look at the data. Okay, I know the unit price now. I know the quantity. What about sales? That is revenue. So what is the total amount now? Unit price is the price for just one item. This camera now, one of it is sold at $304 and someone bought nine of it. So now what is the total? That's where analysis starts from. Assuming you are the one, because in Nigeria, not every organization has the the knowledge of job description. They will employ you for something, for a position, and when you get there, you start doing the work of four or five people at the same time. Even you will not realize that you are already doing a work of data. Maybe you are the one inputting data in the office now. Whenever your office purchases or restocks items, and then they will bring all the receipts to you. You'll be the one to input everything. And before you know it, from data entry now, they start asking you question. How far? How much did we make this month? How much did we make this week? They have started asking you a question they are supposed to ask data analysts. Because how are you even going to figure out this week this from this date now? Are you going to start? This is a data that contains 15,000 orders. Are you going to start trying to, click on it, to be scrolling down one after the other? Okay, this one is January. This one is April. This one is August. This one is September. So, how are you going to start figuring out the orders that are made just for this week? It's difficult, right? That's because you need the knowledge of data analysis. First, since we know the unit price and we have the column that indicates the quantity for each item that was ordered, now we need to know the total sales for each order. So now this is where uh, the knowledge of formulas, this is where it happens to be useful. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'll say I'll create another column and name it sales, right? Name it sales and I'll say equal to, so to get sales, you just multiply the unit price by the total quantity, right? Just say this multiplication sign is the asterisk, multiply by the quantity and then enter. You get you will automatically get the quantity, I mean the sales, right? And it will automatically fill up the rest. The reason why you are having this hash 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 is because the digit here is too long for the cell. The digits are long. All you have to do is enlarge the column. You can just put your cursor here in the middle of two columns until it appears like this. Double click, and it will expand to the length of the longest entry that you have in that column. Now, this is the sales of each item. It was not there originally, but now you have, just with one single formula, you've gotten a calculation for 15,000 items. 15,000. Now, that is the smartness. That's one of the smartness of Excel. Now, what item gave us the highest sales now? We want to know, no, we want to know the highest sales we made throughout this data. Okay? We want to know the highest sales. All you have to do is find the maximum of what? Of the sales. Close the brackets, enter. We have 81,000. We have an item that sold at 81,120 dollars. That's where we have the maximum sales. That's the maximum sales that we have. So now, what about minimum? So these are the questions that this data can answer. But you just staring at it, you can never get it. It's too much for you to just be scrolling down and be looking for. Minimum of what? Of the sales. Close the brackets, enter. This is the minimum sales that we had ever. So somewhere inside the data, we made a sale of that's $4.75. You drop it down, you have it here. This is the minimum. And then when this data is in ascending order, the column now. So when you scroll down to the bottom, you have the highest, right? Which is 81,120, which is what we have here. Okay. Now, in your school, when someone offends a lecturer and they want to punish that student later, they usually don't ask for the name, because what if someone else is bearing the name? All they need is the matric number of that person. And the matric number is the one that will represent that person in that school throughout the existence of the school. That's why it is exactly what they want. So for a lecturer that has 2,000, 3,000 students, and such lecturer has this kind of list of students on the system, keeping the record this way. And then the lecturer has your matric number, which is your ID, right? Has your matric number, and then he wants to look for your matric number in his list. And then you expect him to start scrolling and scrolling among 2,000 data. No. Once he has your matric number, all he has to do is use a lookup function. We have different lookup functions. So let me say your matric number, let me assume that matric number is this one, this, right? Let me copy it, 5375, Abby. Let me just copy it. And then, so where are those minimum and maximum that I did? Okay, they are up. So the lecturer has your matric number like this. Now, he wants to look for that the name of that person or that student from his own lists. All he has to do is do a VLOOKUP. But in this case, since this is not a list of students, I want to know the name of the item, the product name, instead of student name now. I want to know the product name that is under this ID 5375. Okay, so I will just say equal VLOOKUP. Is it right there? I can just double click on that for it to complete. Now you can see the hint that is popping up now. Lookup value. That is, what value do you want to find an information about? The information I want to find now is what is the product name. But I already have a particular information that I want to use to look for this product name now, which is what? This 5375. And that 5375 is the lookup value, the value that I want to look for. Is S10. Okay. Now, since I have it now, I will just do what? Comma. So the next thing is table array. Table array. So what I'm going to do is, for the table array, I'm just going to select the entire table where what I'm looking for is located. Table array. Now I will just select everything. Now and then I'll just Control Shift down for the entire table to be highlighted or selected. And as you can see in the formula bar, you have the name table 1, which is the name of this table, right? So, comma, the next thing now is what? Column index number. This column index number now means when you are, that is the number that information you are looking for, the number is that it falls on when you count the column from the left here. Now, when I count, I'm looking for the product name that belongs to this order 531 or whatever, right? 5375, right? I'm looking for the number of the column where the product name falls in. And when I count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Column number 8 is where my information is. Then, comma, and then it will ask me range lookup to make suggestion. So if I input true, it means I'm just looking for approximate match. But I don't want approximate match, it is exact match that I'm looking for. I want the exact name of that item. I'll click on the false so that it will populate by itself. So when I close this and I enter it to give me the name. So this is how your lecturer is going to use your matric number to find out your name from his list of students. Okay, but okay, let me just list those lookups as we are going to be taking them one after the other. V lookup. There's H lookup, but people usually don't use it anymore, so I will not bother about it. X lookup and even index match. If time still allows, I will do it. But if time doesn't, we will just because it is the X lookup that came last among of them. The X lookup solves a problem that VLOOKUP is a disadvantage to. Before XLOOKUP came, people were using index match as an alternative, but index match is a little complicated. So if you actually know how to use it, it will not be that complicated. But with the arrival of XLOOKUP, it just got simplified. Now that I've shown you the advantage of VLOOKUP, I'll now show you the disadvantage of it. VLOOKUP only works from the left of the table to the right. What do I mean by that? The information that I have, which is the ID, is at the leftmost side of the table. So VLOOKUP will look at the right side of that table. So now you can use this ID now to look for any of the other columns that are at the right. But if I now let's say I pick another information from any side. Now, let me pick this curve. Is that going to be useful? We actually have repetition of data from everywhere. Uh, okay, you know what? Let me just assign serial number here. Let me assign serial number here and then say 1, 2, 3. So if I highlight these three now and double click on this, every other one will do what? They'll fill up automatically. So now I have this number 30 now. I want to use VLOOKUP to check. Number 30 is what? That A dot datum bridge digital camera. I want to check the product name that belongs to this serial number 30 now. So if I use VLOOKUP for that, here now I say equal VLOOKUP. Then the lookup value is what? 30. Let me just use another one nearby. Let me use this number 6. You can easily confirm. This number 6 here is what? SV car video, whatever. So lookup value is 6, comma, table array. Let me just, since we know that the name of the table is table 1, let me enter table 1. So when I enter table 1, you can see that the entire table got highlighted because I just invoked its name. Then comma, column index number now, right? Column index number, and then you say 1, 2, 3. Is that no, no, no. I think the column index number is still the same number 8 that we used before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So column index number now is number 8, comma, and then I want exact match. I select false. So I will have this error. That error means what? Value not available. because I'm trying to look leftward of the table. VLOOKUP can never be able to do that. So before the arrival of Xlookup, there was IndexMatch to help do that. So I'll just do that now. So I'll say equals index. Now it says you can follow any of the two suggestion here. So let's just follow the number one. It's still the same thing. So array, I think array means the entire table as usual. Array means the entire table. So I'll just input table one, comma, row number now. Row number. Let's assume that what you are looking for is in row number 200 and something. You will not know. I think that sound should mean that they are warning me of when the time is going to be up. It should be 15 minutes now. Okay. Row number is where match comes in. Instead of trying to be looking for the row where your item belongs, in this case, it's supposed to be row number 7 here now. But because you don't know where that item is located, that's the reason why you are using formula in the first place. You want to locate it. Since if you can locate it yourself, so why use formula? Why not just that? So that's where row number now you are going to use match now. So then lookup value, right? Lookup value is number 6, comma, lookup array. That is the column where your lookup value is located. That's why they call it lookup array, right? Now select it, Control Shift down, comma, is it here? Now next one is match type. It's supposed to give me the match type for me to select, but I'll just yes, I'll just select 0. That 0 will give me the exact match, just like VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is false and true, but for match it is exact. I mean 0, 1, and -1. So select 0, close the match. Now you will continue with what? Index. So comma, column number now. Column number is the column where your item belongs, which is column number 8 as usual. Put 8. Then that's all. This area number, there's no need for it. Just close, and then what is it? SV car video whatever. Number 6, Abby. Serial number 6. This is it. What VLOOKUP cannot do, Xlookup will do it. But because the you know the formula is a little complicated, Xlookup is useful for that. Now let me try it again with Xlookup. So equals Xlookup. Lookup value is what? Number 6. comma, lookup array, the column where your lookup value is located, which is this, control shift down, comma, and then return array. Return array is the column where the value you are looking for, where it is located, which is what? The product name, right? Select it, control shift down, table one product name, right? Comma. Now, match mode. Oh, so as you can see, I even made mistake. This comma for any other formula, right? If you use comma to finish, if you use just comma to finish it, it will give you error. I've not even entered match mode at all. So it already understands what I'm trying to look for, right? Let me just input the match mode. Match mode is I'm looking for exact match now. It's supposed to be 0, but there's no need. That Xlookup is the latest one among all of them. So it is programmed to be more understanding than the rest. Now it has given me the same thing, right? So that is it about lookups, and that was the plan for today's class. So this is where I will take question. Tonight I don't want us to come back for with another link. So any question? So we have 10 more minutes to go. So since no one is saying anything, it means, is it okay for me to assume that there's no question? Is there no question? Okay. Thank you. Let's stop it here for tonight. Tomorrow we are going to go further. Tomorrow we'll be visualizing it. I will be having just some random visualizations. Visualization to compare the performance of our store or our orders or our sales. So we may want to know which channel gave us most of the sales. We may want to know, and then we may want to know, the product that we sold most. So we may want to know which states gave us most of our sales. We may want to know which zone, and so on and so forth. So just simple visualization. You can't just be scrolling through this data and be able to determine that. So with simple visualization, a data analyst can easily figure those things out. Maybe you want to reward the manager of the store, or yes, you find out the store and then find out the state where it belongs to, and maybe the zone. So a data analyst will be able to help you to figure that out so that you will know. So thank you very much. This will be all for tonight.